Welcome to Starfleet Universe On Call. I am Power Fran's owner of Fran's Games. I run SFU Online, FedCom Online, and the Starfleet Warlord. Just mind now, join us with TalkCast every Thursday starting at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can either go to the Discord server and to a Discord server for Starfleet Universe On Call. Starfleet Universe Online, and listen to us there. Or you can go to twitch.tv. Yes, twitch.tv/SFU On Call. I stream live there, so you can watch us and join and participate in the chat room. And if you need to contact me for any reason, my email address is sfuoncall@gmail.com. It's sfuoncall@gmail.com. Also, you will follow me on the Twitters. You can follow the SFU On Call account. You can also follow my personal account, Paul Franz, PAULFRNZ, or you can follow my Franz Games account, FRNZGAMES. And of course, this lovely TalkCast gets turned to a podcast available on iTunes and various other feeds around. The next quick news from ADB. This week, there's not much news. Only news actually is good news, and that is that Steve Patrick has been actually in the office and has done some work, which is fantastic. Just a reminder that when it comes to the Sapphire Star tournaments, I am the judge. Steve Patrick will not be the judge going forward. This weekend, found on the online store, we have the S&E Sector B map, which is only $2. The black and white Sector B map for the Federation and Empire. Always nice to have an extra copy if you want to. Heck, for $2, you can buy quite a few of them and you can mark them up. Maybe go back in the old days where I used to put them in a clear plastic sheet and then use Chinese markers, the grease markers, pencils, and mark them up that way. Because honestly, I don't know what you use them for, so I'm not an F&E player. That's the reason why I say that. If I'm talking out my butt, that is the reason why. When it comes to the SFB Online tournaments, obviously we're still accepting Sapphire Star 19 tournament signups. Also the 500 BPV tournament with Frank LeMay in the Fed versus Dana Madsen in the Klingon. They've completed 3 turns by now, which is awesome. The example of my game, which is on the first 11 impulses of turn 3, it took them 3 hours to get through 11 impulses. Just like it took 6 impulses. For 6 impulses for me, it took not quite as long, but still around a pretty long time to get through 6 impulses. And of course, this is the classic Klingon versus Fed game with a bunch of drones. Not a lot because neither one have fighters, but we do have lots of EW and definitely some fighters. Fortunately, there's no fighters, because if there was fighters, we'd be dealing with lots of drones. But there's been drones, there've been T-bombs. Of course, the one thing about T-bombs, they do run out. Drones, they run out too, but usually not for a longer period of time. Moving on and forward, nothing new when it comes to online client stuff. I did do some work looking into investigating the possibility, which I think I mentioned last week, which is that the client will notify you when your account is expired or has expired. Now I understand that currently we already have emails that go out and warn you in plenty of time. I think 30 days, 14 days, 7 days. I forget the exact ones because it's been so long since I set that up, because it's an automated system that reminds you that, hey, your account is about to expire. It even reminds you if your account has expired. I think it's like a week after it expired. It says, hey, your account expired. You can still renew. It does, but that's about it. It doesn't keep on reminding you after that. I don't try to spam you. I just try to be a friendly reminder and a friendly reminder that, hey, your account it has expired. So, but if, of course, you send it to spam, then I can't do anything about that. But it's been a nice reminder for those of you who either have it end this up and spam it, or more importantly, just you don't realize that your account has expired, and that's why things aren't working the way they are supposed to. Moving on forward, when it comes to library report this week, when it comes to SFU libraries, nothing much has happened there this week. And when it comes to FedCom library, also no progress there. So with that is the news for this week.